Hello, this presentation is by Troy Nordman and Tim Barshinger. The presentation is for EDAD 934, and the title is Hitting the Accelerator of Change in First Year Developmental English Instruction, a Case Study. First, a little bit of background on the case study. The case study takes place at Butler Community College in Kansas. The case study explores the implementation and impact of the Accelerated Learning Program, heretofore called ALP, in English instruction. The impetus for this case study and for the ALPs being brought to bear really is rooted in the 2010 Kansas Board of Regents releasing Foresight 2020, which set a goal of increasing both the retention and success rates by 20% for students completing English composition, which is a core competency course, with a grade of C or better. Some additional background is that in 2011, a number of Butler English faculty attended a conference at Baltimore Community College to learn more about their Accelerated Learning Program, their ALP. This team of faculty was immersed in the ALP environment and brought it back to Butler and started putting it into practice. At this point, it's probably important to define a little bit more about ALP and give you a better understanding exactly what it is. ALP is essentially a co-requisite program that has students concurrently take English 060, which is a developmental course, and English 101, a college-level course, with both courses being taught by the same instructor. Faculty who teach these courses coordinate the content of the courses to overlap and supplement one another. For example, making the ALP 060 course more research-focused, which then translates into better success in English 101. Because these courses are taken together, ALP helps to minimize exit points for students, and it also focuses in pulling in and teaching more non-cognitive skills, which help students gain success beyond just the English classroom. The methodology of this case study is that 5 integral members of the ALP team at Butler were interviewed. These individuals included the Dean of Humanities and Social Sciences, the Director of Developmental English, 2 associate professors of English, and an adjunct English instructor. Every one of these members had the intimate knowledge of the ALP program. Going into the case study, one of the primary focal points was not just on the implementation of the ALP at Butler, but the effect to which ALP, which has a more prescribed and controlled curriculum, has on the notions of academic freedom and faculty autonomy. Does such a prescribed program benefit or restrict student learning? In examining the results of the case study, there was almost unanimous agreement among the respondents that ALP has had a very positive impact at Butler Community College. In fact, early data for ALP supports this conclusion. Success rates of English 101 students in ALP were 66%, compared to 39% for students in a traditional English sequence and format. Likewise, ALP students passed the next English course in the sequence, English 102, with a 74% success rate. And there are many other positive results of ALP. First of all, ALP accelerates the developmental English sequence, which cuts the opportunity for students to leak out the system. Additionally, ALP has demonstrated positive success rates in English courses, both those in ALP and those following ALP. And finally, because it uses faculty collaboration to promote student success, it enables more of a team approach for program participants, which benefits both faculty and students. But as with any program, it is not without its concerns. There has been some concern about finding enough qualified and interested staff, particularly as the program looks to expand in the very near future. Important points about ALP is that staff need to be somewhat agreeable to a little bit more prescriptive approach to the classroom, and there being a little less room for autonomy and academic freedom. Likewise, faculty need to be accepting of a more facilitative, student-centered model of teaching. Another concern that was raised is that some faculty have encountered difficulty that the prescribed curriculum may not match up with student needs. Therefore, there could be a lack of flexibility that could prove harmful to students if, for say, a faculty member encountered a class that had needs that differed slightly from what the ALP curriculum was going to be. So what other elements arose in the analysis and discussion of the case study? Well, first, all the participants in the case study noted that there is a tenuous balance that must be maintained between the prescriptive curriculum, academic freedom, and the ability to meet student needs. Additionally, one of the successful components of ALP is the continual shaping of students in a manner that becomes less intrusive over time and forces them to take charge of their own learning. Such an empowerment progression lays the groundwork not only for success in ALP, but for continued success even well outside the English classroom. And as mentioned earlier, one of the other primary positive and yet unintentional outcomes of the ALP program has been the group ethos that is developed. Despite their concerns, the faculty and team members that have participated in ALP have put aside differences and put students first. Such a mindset really helps to lay the groundwork for additional collaborative efforts in the name of student success, and future studies could include information about instructor curriculum integration, what curricular boundaries there may be in the program, as well as how consistently ALP can maintain the high arc of success. So in conclusion, the early returns of ALP are very promising. They're promising because they help students move through the developmental sequence more easily at Butler Community College. Additionally, there has been lower leakage of students from the pipeline and improved success in English 1 and 2. As a result, ALP will be scaled up in the very near future. So in conclusion, this case study really helped to unveil some important truths about the ALP program, and while there were concerns about impingement on academic freedom, and the fact that the ALP curriculum is far more restrictive and prescriptive than a traditional English curriculum, those concerns have very much been mitigated by the ALP team faculty accepting a students first mentality, by their working together as a team, and by their focusing on the greater good. In the end, what really matters is that ALP and its improved student success rates ultimately speak for themselves.